What is the true definition of genius? Is it mastery of a single craft, or the relentless curiosity to understand everything? In the entire span of human history, perhaps no single mind has embodied the spirit of the Renaissance, the rebirth of knowledge, more completely than Leonardo da Vinci. He was a painter of transcendent beauty, a pioneering scientist, a visionary inventor, and an obsessive note-taker. This is the code behind the ultimate Renaissance man. Born in 1452 in the small Tuscan town of Vinci, Leonardo was the illegitimate son of a notary. This status barred him from a university education, a twist of fate that may have been his greatest blessing. Instead of being confined to the rigid academic theories of the time, his mind was left free to learn from the ultimate textbook, nature itself. He was a man who learned by seeing. Apprenticed to the renowned artist Andrea del Verrocchio in Florence, Leonardo entered a workshop that was a crucible of creativity. It was not just a painter's studio, but a buzzing hub of sculpture, goldsmithing, and engineering. This multidisciplinary environment was the perfect incubator for his boundless curiosity, teaching him that all arts and sciences were interconnected. He quickly surpassed his master, and legend says that when Leonardo painted an angel in Verrocchio's Baptism of Christ, his use of the new medium of oil paint and his ability to capture lifelike emotion was so superior that his master never picked up a brush again. For Leonardo, painting was never just about creating beautiful images. It was about understanding. To paint a hand, he believed, you must first understand every bone, muscle, and sinew within it. This led him down a path that horrified his contemporaries. To truly comprehend the human form, Leonardo began secretly dissecting human corpses, a practice that was both taboo and dangerous. In an era before refrigeration, he worked by candlelight in charnel houses, peeling back the layers of the human body to create the first truly accurate anatomical drawings in history. He mapped the nervous system, studied the chambers of the heart, discovering its function as a pump, and was the first to correctly draw the human fetus in the womb. This was not for medicine, it was for art. This deep scientific knowledge is the hidden code that gives his paintings their breathtaking realism. His ambition eventually led him to Milan, to the court of the powerful Duke Ludovico Sforza. Interestingly, Leonardo did not present himself as a painter, but as a military engineer. In a remarkable letter of application, he listed 10 paragraphs of military inventions he could offer, from bridges and cannons to armored vehicles, adding only in the 11th paragraph that he could also paint. For nearly 2 decades, he served the Duke not only as a painter and sculptor, but as a designer of weapons, an architect, and even a planner for court festivals. It was during this period that he painted one of his masterpieces, The Last Supper, on the wall of a monastery. The painting captures a single dramatic moment, the instant after Jesus declares that one of his apostles will betray him. Leonardo doesn't just paint 12 men at a table, he paints 12 distinct psychological reactions. He uses the laws of perspective to draw the viewer's eye directly to the serene figure of Jesus in the center, who forms a perfect equilateral triangle, a symbol of divinity. The apostles are grouped in threes, each group a whirlwind of emotion, anger, shock, doubt, and grief. It is a masterclass in composition, a complex code of gesture and emotion. He even experimented with a new painting technique on the dry plaster wall, a gamble that ultimately failed, causing the masterpiece to begin decaying within his own lifetime. Yet, at the same time he was creating these artistic masterpieces, Leonardo's mind was exploring a world centuries ahead of his own. He kept thousands of pages of notes, filled with breathtaking inventions, and written in a secretive mirror script, from right to left, to protect his ideas. He designed armored fighting vehicles that were precursors to the modern tank, complete with 360-degree firing capabilities. He sketched flying machines, from ornithopters with flapping wings based on his studies of birds, to a primitive helicopter powered by an aerial screw. He designed a diving suit, complete with air hoses. While most were never built, his notebooks reveal a mind that was constantly deconstructing the world. After the French invaded Milan, Leonardo returned to Florence, where he would come face to face with his greatest rival, the younger, more intense, and singularly focused Michelangelo. Theirs was a clash of titans. Leonardo was elegant, charming, and saw painting as the supreme art form. Michelangelo was scruffy, ill-tempered, and saw sculpture as superior. The city of Florence pitted them against each other in a direct competition to paint giant battle murals on opposing walls of the Hall of 500. Leonardo's Battle of Anghiari was a dynamic, swirling vortex of men and horses in combat, while Michelangelo's Battle of Cascina was a powerful study of muscular nude soldiers. Though neither mural was ever completed, the cartoons they created for them became a school for a generation of artists, a legendary showdown between two of the greatest masters in history. And then there is the Mona Lisa, arguably the most famous painting in the world. It is the ultimate testament to Leonardo's scientific and artistic code. Her enigmatic smile, which seems to appear and disappear, is a direct result of his understanding of optics and the human eye, combined with his pioneering sfumato technique of blurring edges with smoky transitions. The landscape behind her is a geological and atmospheric study, a bizarre, dreamlike world that doesn't quite match on the left and right sides, creating a sense of mystery and unease. He worked on it for years, carrying it with him wherever he went, constantly adding layers of translucent paint to achieve its lifelike glow. The Mona Lisa is not just a portrait, it is the final result of a lifetime of scientific inquiry, a painting that is as much an experiment as it is a work of art. In his final years, Leonardo found his ultimate patron in King Francis I of France. The king revered him, providing him with a handsome manor house, the Château du Clos Lucé, and the title of first painter, architect, and engineer to the king. Here, Leonardo spent his last years in peace, organizing court festivities and continuing his endless studies, a celebrated genius until his death in 1519. Leonardo's tragedy, if there was one, was that his curiosity was so boundless that he left many projects unfinished. He was a man who saw connections everywhere, between the flow of water and the curl of human hair, between the flight of a bird and the mechanics of a machine. His legacy is not just in the few incredible paintings he completed, but in the thousands of pages of notes that revealed the workings of a truly universal mind. He was the ultimate decoder of the natural world, a man who proved that art and science are not two separate cultures, but two sides of the same coin of human understanding. And that is the architecture of the mind of Leonardo da Vinci. Remember, history is more than a story. It's a code, and there is always another layer to decrypt. Subscribe and continue the investigation with us.